Good afternoon, everyone. As you can see in the, the title there, get throw a little sarcasm in there, so I'm just throwing now as a disclaimer. Just gonna, have a little fun with you guys, try to get you a smile and laugh today. Um, Not trying to prove a theory of whether Don Wells or the Wells family had something to do with some or not, but I thought it'd just be fun to, throw a little sarcasm out there, and where people, it is a serious case, and it should be taken highly serious by the investigators. But us as viewers, as YouTubers, I think it's okay to go ahead and joke around a little bit about it, and to hear what your guys' theories and opinions are about this case with Summer Wells and how she's been missing over a month now. It's truly sad that this has happened. Again, my opinion is a close family member, whether if it was one of the parents, someone in their inner circle, they know what happened to Summer Wells, and they are hiding to avoid incarceration or making things worse instead of just being honest and calling in. But again, I could always be wrong, and it could have been someone else that, did sneak up there and taking the portal over a poor Summer. But as you can see, there's been rumors with another content creator. She's very entertaining. I do like her a lot. Uh, True Crime Sushi with Amy. Sometimes I can see her on Web Sleuth. But anyways, one of her friends, I guess, was saying that her friend was in a prayer circle and Candace Wells was there. And Candace Wells stated that TBI or something called um, Don Wells and believe it's not abduction. Well, before you know it, Bigfoot came in and swept up Don Wells. Yep, that's right, folks. Don Wells was taken by Bigfoot. Those two wanted to go do hillbilly stuff. So, Don Wells called up Bigfoot, decided to get out of there and go for a little bit, get the pressure off. He can't handle the pressure and that. Plus, it's been a while since he was able to hang out with Bigfoot and go see Bigfoot. So, anyways, Bigfoot is guilty of abducting Donald Wells. Since it is a hilly area and all, they decided to go do ag stuff. So go build like log cabins or like in the Highland Games, so you can throw the logs the furthest, or who's got the bigger feet, you know, or maybe they're out there. What I mean, before he's probably trying to teach Bigfoot how to pray Jesus or start his own cult like um, Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. So who knows what's going through Donald Wells' head at the moment. I think the guy's off his rocker a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see on what happens when evidence should start coming in at the moment. But who knows? Maybe Don Wells can prove the existence of Bigfoot and that Bigfoot has feelings, and maybe Bigfoot's helping, look for somewhere Wells at the moment because Don Wells is, guy get his Sermon on the Mount. It's church talk ready for Sundays, so he can do some recruiting for his church. Again, nothing wrong with Jesus Christ or having a Christian faith or going to church. Again, I don't. Something with me with Donald Wells doesn't seem right. Seems a little off between him and his wife. It's just a gut feeling. It's my opinion. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they find Summer soon, but you know, we don't quite know everything and all. But again, looks like everyone's probably leaning towards maybe a close family members might know what happened this summer. Again, that's just me state my own opinion. Other opinions are welcome here. But one thing I can say, I like to clear Bigfoot though for sure. Bigfoot did not abduct Summer Wells. It was definitely someone in their inner circle, in my opinion, that did something. But I hope y'all have a good day. So sorry, thought I'd just do a short stream. going back to Fort Lauderdale from Palm Beach and just driving. And sometimes I hear a little bit of these other content creators, I guess it's like pro family. That's right, they have that opinion, but it seems to drive me nuts or whatever. Just, you know, or it's true, the police are keeping everything close, the evidence. We don't know what exactly is evidence. I don't exactly, believe what Donald Will says about him again. Just, well, we took, the polygraph test, and it only took us about 10 times, but, we finally passed it. But, yeah, we passed it. We're good. But according, to the police, everyone's still a suspect in the area. Heck, even though I could be a suspect where I've been down here in Florida the whole time. The I think old Mr. Don Wells keeps forgetting cell phones. With the cell phones, they're able to track data pretty easily, and it's kind of been an easy tool for cops to trace and find people now. Again, always get probably reference back to there was the Chris Watts case where they used his truck geotab, and the Doomsday couples by using the GPS off their cell phones to find Tyler and JJ. So I do believe it takes a little bit of time, but once with the cell phone data, kind of got everything figured out and stuff, they can go start checking other places, or possibly if something did happen in summer, that they would be able to find her clearly or not. But that's the most important thing. Yes, that we find Summer. She's a 5-year-old girl. If she wandered off, she couldn't have gone it that far being by herself. Again, this is kind of similar to the West Boys and what happened to them. As you can tell, there's high favor of the adopted parents did something to those poor little boys, and along the same year with Summer Wells. If I was Don Wells, the way he's been acting, I'd probably go and high too for his poor behavior. And Candace, she's going out there, which is great. It was good to see her holding the banner and walking down, trying to find her kid and all. She's showing that she cares not instead of hiding. But everyone does react different, and I will give her the benefit of the doubt on that. But again, I'll state, it certainly wasn't Bigfoot coming through and decides to take Summer, adopt her as her own kid and raise her for, to be like a housemaid or anything, that's for sure. So I'm hoping maybe their conscience will finally get the best of them, even if they are, religious or not. I'm not bashing on anyone that has a faith. We all go through difficult times, and we do naturally do turn to God and, prayer, wanting to have help. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing we should keep remember, regardless how spiritual you not or whatever, to always worship and praise God is the important thing. And not just to do it when we're in tough times and to ask us to get out of a pickle or not. But I think that's very important to stay consistent if you are religious. I know sometimes it's hard to get in church or we have dry spells. Like with the pandemic, I haven't been to church for a while, but I'm hoping Sunday to go. I've always watched it online, kept in close touch with the church members I associate with. But I know with the pandemic, it's been really hard. But I don't know if you know, Mr. Wells is feeling grief, and this is his way of, trying to ask for forgiveness or repent on, what happened to his daughter. Maybe Don Wells doesn't know what happened to his daughter, and his wife does, and she's afraid of him after, that whole domestic issue back in 2020 when he got arrested for being drunk and had a gun. You know, um, Sometimes it takes quite a bit for a criminal to break the insanity cycle. Even people with addictions, or if we just have bad habits, to completely change our life, or to say we, had enough. But I don't think Donald Well is quite an innocent man or changed his ways. I mean, he has a pretty poor record on what he dig special in Utah. Again, I'm from Utah, raised up kind of in the same state, around similar people as him. I'm aware of the city he comes from and all. So when I say he's a hillbilly, he's a hillbilly. I know people are getting this derogatory or whatever, but look at the location he lives. He lives at the edge of the Smokies. There's hills there, and the lifestyle they choose to live in is that of a hillbilly. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way they choose to live. Me, myself, I just consider myself a redneck. I like to live a little bit different way than what they choose by, cleanliness and, having a nice maintained vehicle in the yard. And I just think that's the sign of mental health and doing good. Again, what I think is important, maybe about a week ago, when their church friend that took the boys to go venture golfing or putt putt, saying that they need firewood. Donald, you're a grown man. You got kids. It's still summertime. Instead of them sitting there on the television or sulking or anything like that, you can take those boys in the wood, be close to you, and go collect Gary. And I know you're stressed about, Summer. I'm sure she was your daughter. But on the other hand, if you got CPS breathing down your throat, you might want to kind of clean up your act a little bit, especially where, it's reached national attention. You might want to clean up your property a little bit. I understand, a lot of hillbillies, one man's junk is another man's treasures. And sometimes they hold on to stuff to save it for a rainy day, or, they can really make some unique stuff like, I think it was on the Discovery Channel or something, but this guys, they shot a deer or whatever, and they decided they wanted to, or maybe no, I think they caught fish or something, decided they wanted to smoke the meat. And so they ended up taking like a refrigerator and refurbishing it into making a little smokehouse or something where they could smoke and dry their meat to save for the winter time. Nothing wrong with that. It's pretty creative and very intelligent people. It's almost like you got the MacGyvers going on up there in the Appalachians and all. And, a lot of them are good, wonderful, kind-hearted people. They'll give you the shirt off their backs and their feet to help. But I'm not getting that feeling from Donald Wells. I kind of get more of the sulking for me. Maybe he needs to go back out in the woods, find Bigfoot, and have therapy or something, or have a Bible study with Bigfoot or something, and try to come out normal. Because he ain't acting right. Something's not right with him, the way he's acting, his behavior. It's off. I think a lot of people are starting to pick up on that as you hear the interviews and a lot of the conversations. But, I mean, I understand, he's the man in the house, wants to protect his family. And, again, possibly he could be lied to by Candace on what happened to poor little Summer. Candace definitely ain't acting right. You watch the interviews and how she's acting. She's definitely on some type of medications. Again, there's been other content creators out, professional experts come on and say that she's under the influence or something. To me, from what I'm taking, the way she's acting, how slow and slur her speech is, one, two things. She's either been drinking a lot, or she has a whole some benzos like Xanax or Valium or something, and which is causing her to slow down and to react a little slow on the medication that she's on. I'd love to hear what you guys think, your opinion. So once after, or if this is a replay, if you guys want to comment on what you think happened to Summer Wells, and do you think she's alive or not? Personally, I don't think she's alive anymore. Within like the first 48 hours to a week or something, it's very crucial. But again, yet there has been miracles. Oh my gosh, can't think of her name, out of Utah. She was abducted for 9 months, and she ended up being alive still. Elizabeth Smart. There we go. Yeah. So I mean, that stuff do happen. I'm glad that is it Equifax from Ohio and Texas, another company they specialize in searching and all. I think that's great. They want to come back out and review some areas they've gone over. Nothing wrong with that at all. That definitely helps. The I think that's a wonderful organization and what they're doing. Again, if you guys hear something or might know of a credible tip or whatever, I know a lot of people have been saying this lately, but go ahead and reach out to the TBI. I think it's like 1-800 TBI fine, and you can read your comment or whatever to happen. But if you don't know anything, just let it be. Um, I don't really have an opinion as far as people that are into mediums and do tarot cards. Nothing against them. I just never really had much experience with that, so I am not saying they aren't credible. I just don't know enough. But again, if been a grocery store and I see my girl looks like Summer Wells or something, call it. There's nothing wrong with that. When people may think it's wrong or you should, because after this whole negative content with people calling in tips, nothing wrong with it. If you feel like that, we pay them to do. That's what tax money is going for. As a society, is to help us, especially those that are distressed and need our help. So yeah, but if you see anything too, like a GoFundMe or something for the Wells family, I like donate money to them. I mean, if you want to for the reward for having information that would do, or even, one party, I would like to something that there has put their arms around the Wells, reached out to them, and supplied them with food, whatever they need, except firewood. So I don't know why they would need firewood. I understand during the winter times, but that's something Don could send the kids out to do, or he could go out with the kids when he gets off work and be something good for them to do as a family and spend time together, and it would be constructive for them. Who knows? Maybe Bigfoot will leave them a big pile or something where they can just go take from the pile. It's hard to say, but the most important thing is I believe we're getting closer to finding Portal Summer Wells. Hopefully here pretty soon too. Like the Morphew case, it's been a little bit 6 months over the West Boys. Haven't really had much on them or not, but hopefully the police that's studying that case, they'll be able to come out with some better ideas on what happened to those two little West boys. And I mean, violence or crimes against kids, I know majority of us, it pulls on our heartstrings, especially being in the true crime committee, especially exactly what has happened to these kids. And it seems like with the pandemic, the spike of like domestic violence going up against other family members, it's scary. It's awful. Um, Hopefully, things are getting under control and we can start, being a normal society again, and things will go back to normal. I hope again they find Summer Wells, so the community itself can get some closure and justice will be served. I would love to hear from you guys. Ew. Hey, Cher, thanks for popping in. I watched Mr. Shares. Looks like you guys were able to get your award there or to send. I think that's great. So, if you guys want to have another fundraiser now, I guess I can donate my beer too and shave it. So, if you guys can do another fundraiser or something, let me know and I'd be more than happy to shave my beard off too. I guess somewhere with the family. they have a pretty good idea on what happened. I mean, if you're listening, like some of these content creators have professional um, experts, like investigations, police report. I know people file panels and people's gestures and say the whales are innocent. I don't believe that one bit. I believe they know what's going on. I mean, how many times people polygraph test? It's actually quite. I mean, heck, or something stuck. Said it's a tool to help them. It's not admissible in court. It's not get proof they're lying or not. But it's just a tool to help them determine if someone's being deceptive or not. And again, I believe Mr. Wells is being deceptive, and Candace is too, to a certain degree. And we need to find something at home. And again, we can't blame him for that right now. It's we haven't quite seen Bigfoot yet. He's been hiding for a while. Lord, who knows? Why people keep thinking when she's abducted, when the police hasn't came out and said that there hasn't been. Well, I guess recently, if that's true, what people are saying about the TBI talking about, they believe there wasn't an abduction or something, or there's to that. But again, there's been enough. It's been enough time now where whatever evidence they have collected and like electronic forensics and all, they should be starting to have a better idea on what's going on and having a better direction on which way they want to go. But even if they find a bunch of circumstantial stuff, they never find somewhere, would give them a pretty good idea on how to go to court and get justice for little Summer Wells. But again, I believe Bigfoot's there. Who knows? You're dealing with Donald Wells. He could be hanging out with Bigfoot. They could be, I don't know, doing hillbilly stuff, fixing cars, making a tree hut, hunting, making white lightning with a distiller or something. Lord, who knows what's going through that man's head? I understand he's through a lot of stress and all, but I appreciate if he quit acting like a dumbass and come back to planet reality and wanting to help the police find where his kids are. I don't know if there's been any search warrants or not. As we heard, they allow them to come in every time or not. Again, and stuff close to their vest, but I think we're getting closer to more information, and they're collecting more facts and able to know what direction, where to go. So again, I'd love to hear from you guys and what you think on what happened this summer, whether if it was a family member or even somebody from the church that might have abducted her, or she wandered off and they just haven't found her yet, which is highly unlikely. Again, the way the stats are and how things are going, especially about 6 months ago with the West case. Yeah, those Jacqueline and Trezell, the adopted parents, they have a pretty good idea on what happened. And even them too, they probably had enough time to plan this out. So when they came in and did their investigation, there was really no evidence in that California city house or not. And it could be the same thing here. Hey, Rarity, yeah, I agree with you. It's really sad what happened to her. What is your guys' opinions? If you like to type it in the comments section, love to hear on what you guys think or not. Again, this should never happen to any child, especially any family. But lately, it seems like there's been a high trend going up in the stuff that has been happening. It's breaking my heart. It's awful. The main thing is, to get to help her out, whether if it was mom or dad, just come tell the truth, and so she can be found and saved. That's what matters. Again, I don't think it was Bigfoot. I'm clearing his name right now again. What I could see, about 80% are leaning towards someone in Wells' inner circle has did something to Summer. But anyways, there's been a lot of rumors and speculations. Another thing I like to caution on, which I think a lot of content creators think, is don't believe what the Wells are saying exactly. Wait for it to come out from, local news stations there, or from the police department itself. Um, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm about to get back here, and I won't be texting or talking on the phone and driving. I just want to check in with you guys. Thought it'd be fun to make a short video about, have a little laughter with Don Wells being abducted by Bigfoot or something. But again, I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on the case, what you think. If there's any other cases that might be local to you guys or like to talk about, I'm open. I would love to hear about them. I hope we find Summer and all these other kids that are missing. That kind of crazy too, come to think about with the Molly Tidbits and Xavier Harrison case and how those are connected now. Putting those together, who would have thought of that? Just sometimes stuff can't be made up, and it's just that crazy on what happens. It's sad. It breaks my heart. I wish we'd have stuff like this, and I believe it's important for people that do make mistakes. Yeah, depending on the crime, but if they're able, if they're an addict or something, to get rehabilitation to help. Even I believe, people say it's bad too for someone to get like a high school education or college. Yeah, I mean, they're willing to put in the work. I don't mind them taxing the crap out of me if it's going to help someone to give them a chance instead of, having tax money wasted, just throwing them in jail all the time because, they keep reoffending. To change it or not, then yeah, let's do it. But I don't feel like Don Wells, he's just putting up a front right now. And I don't feel like he's really being sincere. And I just feel like, they're trying to deflect and hide people on what happened to Summer and where she's at. Again, what he's doing with the whole Christian thing, it's just an upfront to delay or to distract, the police officers and us as a society on where she possibly could be. This is very known for criminals, of course. You get some people that are very good after, being investigators for a long time. I think my mom should have been an investigator or detective. Man, she could get the truth out of me anytime. She knew when I was lying or not, along with like my friends and other people. I don't know how she did it, but God's given her a great gift to, bust people on them or call them out on their lies and all. My mom was pretty good at that. That's for sure. But what do you guys think happened to Summer? Love to hear from you guys if you'd like to make a comment in the comment section or not. But again, my personal opinion, the Wells know what happened to Summer. I think there's becoming more of a stronger opinion of that from other content creators and other people that have been following the case now. Again, there's been rumors that Don Wells was worried about the heat coming down on him or something by the TBI, and so he booked it. He got off and left. So, but he's back now. I think it was Robin that laid out a message or reply on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, but supposedly he's back home now, which is good. He should be, he's a sole provider and, being a husband and, a father, he needs to be there and be responsible for those kids. What he needs to focus on instead of defending himself, I know we all get our feelings and it's frustrating with people attacking us all the time or being criticized. We're social creatures. Most of the time we want to be recognized and be loved. We don't want to feel like we're awful or bad people. We're want to be recognized as something we did or not. But I hope he'll quit playing the games, or Summer, whoever it is, and you know the truth will come out for Summer's sake. Because again, this isn't fair to Summer. This isn't fair to the taxpayer, the society, and the stress on what happened. Again, it's very probable it could have just been an accident at the swimming hole or something, or maybe something she's gone home. And again, with Candace's story in her timeline, it doesn't make sense. I know the investigators can go and rip that apart. Maybe eventually they'll, once they get some more evidence, they will come down. Maybe Dawn is Bigfoot. I'm sure which parent could be lying. Rarity, I think they're both lying. Or it could be true that Dawn just doesn't know what's going on because of Candace is lying to him or giving him bad information. It's very possible. But the main thing is, I hope we're able to find Summer again. Voices behind the wall, if you're hearing, and if you guys want to shave another beard for charity to send to the King Hill search team or not, just leave a comment or let me know, and I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. I can't believe how Prairie Boy 77 or Mr. Share looked without his beard. It's crazy. If you guys haven't seen that stream last night, I think it's on Voices Behind the Wall. They did it, or Prairie Boy 77. But Mr. Share, as he goes by too, he's kind of a biker guy with the long beard. He shaved his beard if they were able to reach like $1,000 to donate to, I believe it's like King Hill search team or something. So I think that's very noble of him. And, I'd be more than happy to my beard's my pride and joy too. If it would be for a good cause to send money to help them out, I would love to help out that way that I can do. Obviously, I'm not big enough here yet to, receive super chats or anything like that. Again, I'm not trying to make money. I'm just, it's a good way to give my opinion and to reach people that are like-minded on true crime and enjoys talking about it. But it's just insane with Donald, and well, he hasn't posted lately, but some of his posts that he was coming out on how he knows that he's under investigation. And the cops, they want him to keep talking. I mean, so if they ever went to court or not, or help with their investigations, they have all these digital forensics and stuff, which on his part stupid, but for the cops and us as society, that's awesome. We want to hear from him. We want him to keep talking so we can have the truth and have it sent out to us. But I think they're getting closer. I believe they're coming up with a better direction on which way to head and where Summer could be. Again, there's a search team coming out this weekend. It's like Equinox or something, Midwest or whatever. It's a volunteer group, and they're not asking for money. They're fully funded. It's a nonprofit organization, and this is kind of what they do, and they are very successful at finding people and bringing them home safe or not kids. So again, who knows? Maybe Bigfoot will be out there helping look for him or something. I don't understand with the whole procedures and with parents or loved ones being allowed to help search or anything like that. I mean, there's several cases where it's just weird. You got the Chris Watts case, Scott Peterson, Oh, there's the Boswell case that's going on, and just all these, all of a sudden people don't hide or poof from outside of disappear in thin air. Usually, again, with the stats and everything, something happens to them. So I'll try to come out with more of a better line next time as far as Bigfoot and hillbillies, and try and make lighthearted. This was just kind of random. That'd be fun to do and just kind of talk about, especially with the Don Wells fleeing the coop and being a big baby because the TBI were not believing their story and what happened to poor little Summer. So to me, that's a clue. It's getting closer. If the content creator that Candace, that through the kind of like the telephone game or something, that Don Wells, um, got the phone call from TBI stating they don't believe, she was abducted, and he got cold feet, want to go hang out with his buddy Bigfoot, for a few hours just to calm down. He could be home now. Again, we don't know. I'm sure more content creators will comment on that, and we'll get some more information out there. But again, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and God bless you. I'll try to come out with some better content. Again, this was just random. That'll just be fun to do real quick. God bless you, and have a wonderful day.